Hello everyone! So today on the channel what we're going to do is we are going to unbox the Luke Skywalker Hyper Real figure from Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series. For those of you that don't know, the Hyper Real series is relatively new. To my knowledge, there's only one other figure in the line, and he's standing right over here. Darth Vader. So it's only fitting that we do have Luke Skywalker to open next. What we're going to do is we're going to unbox Luke Skywalker here, take a look at him, and then see how he compares next to his father. The box itself looks pretty good. Looks very similar to the Darth Vader one. Something you will notice down at the bottom here, it is 14 and up. This is not for children. As much as, some people might think that the 6-inch Black Series line is for children, maybe. This is definitely for collectors. There's certainly some cool things about this, but it's not the $20 that the 6-inch Black Series figures are. This is quite a bit more. So let's take a look at the outside of the box a little bit more. One of the things it does say is that it's got seamless joints. If you saw my other video, you'll see how they do that. Basically, what it has is a metal skeleton, basically. We're not going to take a look at that, but we will see how that moves, which makes him highly posable. And as you can see right here, we've got a little diagram here with the metal endoskeleton, as they call it. So pretty cool. And then on this side, you can see a little bit of Luke. Let's go ahead and open it up, though. We can see a lot more of Luke. So as you can see, through the plastic here, we do have the 8-inch version of Luke here. We've got the base plate that's very similar to what came with Vader. And then over on this side, we do have a different head that we can use, along with lots of different hands. Again, very similar to what we saw with Darth Vader. And then we have the full blade itself for his lightsaber over there. So let's go ahead and unbox Luke Skywalker. So this is going to be a little bit tricky here. What we're going to do is we're going to start with top. I'm going to go ahead and cut all of these. We're going to need to eventually anyways. I always feel a little weird opening these boxes up because I only have one copy. Typically what I do is have several. I usually buy a Black Series to keep in the box, and then one to actually unbox as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom as well, just because with the Darth Vader, I did end up needing it for some to get it out. And then on this side. All right, let's go ahead and put the knife away here just for a second. Hopefully we've got enough that we'll be able to take him out. Nothing else on that side, but of course we do have the hands and whatnot on the other side that we'll take care of in just a moment. So we got a little bit of tape holding that piece of plastic in. Go ahead and take off the base plate here. Try not to crack it. And before we put Luke on there, we'll definitely see what it takes on there. You know what? I think I'm going to get some clippers here. I'll be right back. All right, so I did get some clippers because on the back, hopefully you can see we've got some bits of plastic there that need to be clipped. There we go. A lot easier than having to do it with a knife. And we'll do it over here as well. All right, so I'll go ahead and finish getting this out, and we'll take him out. All right, so I was able to get Luke out of the plastic there. Before I do too much further, we do see that we do have the lightsaber in plastic. It's fun. I think there we go. Be very careful not to bend that. Again, using the clippers. So I definitely recommend having a good cutting device as you try to get these out. I got bent a little bit there. We'll take a closer look, maybe compare that to his father as well. All right, now that we got Luke out, we do have the accessories to take out as well. Just opens up. So that's that. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the different hands as well as the different head as well, since we have this out. So go ahead and we've got fists for left and right, open hand, opener hand. This looks like a Jedi. Oh, there we go. Looks like a Jedi move, kind of like this. And then we have the lightsaber hands as well. And then, of course, the actual blade itself, which you're going to want to be super careful with when you take it out because it will bend. So I'll just be super careful with that. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and take out the rest of the head and the hands, and we'll take a closer look and see really what this Luke Skywalker has in store for us. Okay, so I was able to get all the hands and the head out of the plastic. As you can see, that actually wasn't that bad, so that was good. It's just a little bit of force keeping them in there. So let's go ahead and first take a look at the base plate. It's the easiest thing, and it's going to make the most sense here as far as straightforwardness. As Luke falls down. All right, which is why we have this base plate. So you'll notice that we have some peg holes here. At the bottom, or the base here, we have the actual pegs, which we can take out, put those in there, and then, thank you for following there, Luke, we've got the little peg holes at the bottom, and he'll be able to stand on the base plate itself. The other cool thing that we've got here is this connector. And this connector is what is going to connect to this base plate here. And as you can see at the bottom here, they line up perfectly. I'll connect that a little bit later when we start doing some of the pictures and whatnot. See what kind of poses we can do, especially with Darth Vader himself here. So let's go ahead and put this back on. Tell you, the one thing that I wish they would have included was some sort of thing to keep the hands and the head together, basically the accessories. It's one of the problems I had with Darth Vader over here as well. Basically, I'm just keeping those in a Ziploc bag for right now. It's definitely not what I would like to do. So let's go ahead and move the camera a little bit. It looks like it's a little bit low so that we can take a closer look at Skywalker. Okay, so first impressions. His outfit here, his uniform, it's definitely squishy. It's just like his father's. It's kind of off-putting though, the texture of it. It's kind of like a let's see, what would be a good kind of like a steamed wonton is the best way to kind of describe it. It is kind of cool that there are no joints. I don't know if you notice, no joints here. There's nothing to worry about there. Yeah, that just feels weird. We got like the muscle and whatnot, and that carries through all the way through the leg, a little bit on the torso as well. So let's go ahead and first take a look at the articulation here. Head, it's going to go full 360, as you might imagine, up and down. It's got a little movement back and up, back and forth a little bit. You'd imagine it would be able to come off or have that kind of motion, especially since we've got this head that's going to go on as well. The arms, full flex all the way out. Now this is where the HyperReal is super cool. You can bend the elbow all the way. And on both sides. As far as the ability to rotate the arm, you do have some rotation, but again, you got to be careful because you got this fleshy part up here, and I'm sure that can tear. As far as the hand is going to rotate the full 360. And it does go up and down and whatnot as well. And these will pull right off. They've got a little peg system if it's anything like his father's, and we'll take a close look at that as well. Yeah, so same thing on this side. I'll take the lightsaber here. Taking a closer look, so basically his outfit, it carries all the way through down to the all through his legs here. The material on the boot is actually different. It's not as wandani. And the material on the belt itself, it is a harder plastic as well. But it is molded really, really well. And we can see that we've got the belt that goes all the way through. And then also the pistol is going to come off as well. So the loop got right here, it's pretty cool. It looks very much like leather. So let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories, and then we'll take a look at taking off the hands as well as the head. So the blaster, yeah, that is super cool. So we've got brown, a metallic black, and then we've got the silver at the end of the blaster as well. That is super cool. Definitely more detail than they would typically do on the 6-inch line. So let's go ahead and put that guy right back. And I don't know why I'm having problems there. There we go. Okay, and then lightsaber. Looks as it should. And you'll notice that we do have the little loop here. And if we take a look at Skywalker's belt, we've got the little hook. I wish this was a harder plastic. It's really a soft plastic. So as this goes on, it kind of just rests there. You can't really force it on more than that. Now, as far as the blade, if you've had any of the other Star Wars Black Series figures, you'll notice that it's very similar. Basically, all you got to do is push that guy right in. Maybe a little bit of force, and there we go. Lightsaber. Maybe a little focus. There we go. Perfect. All right. So now, head. Let's go ahead and pop off his head for the first time. And it's just a pop. Pulls right off. I was expecting that to be metallic. It does feel metal, so it's not just plastic, hopefully. So looking at his heads, we've got this guy's got a little more emotion on his face. This guy's kind of like, don't hurt me. So let's go ahead and put this guy on. The one that did not come with it. And yeah, I had a problem with the hands on the other one. There we go. Pops right in. Just got to use a little bit of force, but just be careful. So yeah, just like that. And then let's go ahead and choose a new hand here, one that we could use the lightsaber for. So basically, I'm going to pull straight off. And just like on the Darth Vader, I've got the metal peg. Just gonna have to line that up, be super careful. I am not a fan of this. I think it's super cool that it comes with all the different accessories and hands, but I am not great at putting them on and off. All right, so I'll be right back. I'm going to put that hand back on with the camera in front of me here. I'm having a hard time getting that angle, so I'll be right back. That didn't take long, actually. I just needed to get the right angle. It was hard to do. So yeah, so the hands and the head, you can definitely take them off. I don't know how much I will do that. He's probably going to be in a pose most of the time with his father, with the lightsaber and or the pistol or the blaster. So let's go ahead and neglected to show the motion on the knees. Pretty good motion there. It will go back further, it just won't stay. And then the ankles have good motion as well, just as you would expect. So, yeah, and then as far as standing on his own, he will do it, but you're probably going to want to use the base plate to be able to get that full standing as well. So let's go ahead and take a peg. We'll go ahead and put a peg in the hole. And just like that, we have a standing Skywalker next to his father. And then as far as holding the lightsaber, no big deal. The fingers were a little posable. So he is able to use the lightsaber. He's able to go dual-handed if he needs to. Probably work a little bit on that blade, making sure it goes a little straighter. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom of the base plate here. Go ahead and line it up, and we'll get Vader and his son right next to each other and see how that looks. So something I didn't really take into account is Vader is significantly heavier than Luke here. So here we go. We've got the base plates lined up, as you can see, and they are connected. So we are able to have them stand next to each other on a base plate. And as you can see, there is a height difference, as there should be. They are perfectly posed as you would want them to be. Yeah, pretty cool. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take some pictures, and then I'll be right back, and we can talk a little bit more about my thoughts about this, and as to whether or not it's worth it or not, and talk a little bit about the channel, and we'll go from there. So I'll be right back. All right, so that was super cool, getting a closer look at Luke, being able to see exactly how his movements were. Like I said, I was having a hard time taking his hands off. That actually was not a problem, as I had some more practice there. Yeah, so that really wasn't a problem. That was one of my biggest gripes with Vader. Last time I got better at it. Same thing with Luke here. So overall, I think it's a great figure. I'm excited to see what else they add to the Hyper Real line. Since we have these two iconic figures who else are they going to add? Maybe a Chewie, maybe a Solo. We'll see. I hope they don't stop here. So anyways, yeah, so I definitely recommend if you picked up Vader, there's no reason not to pick up Luke here as well. So, yeah, so overall, I think it's definitely a good buy. You might want to wait just a little bit. They will go down in price. I know that we saved a pretty penny on Vader, getting him a little bit late. But yeah, still just as cool. Yeah, so I recommend picking him up. He's a definite buy. Yeah, so if you have any questions about Skywalker, or Luke, or his father over here, please feel free to leave a question down below. Also, if you are interested in this type of material, unboxing, as well as Star Wars Black Series figures, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. This channel isn't all about Star Wars and Star Wars Black Series. However, we do a lot of things, basically things that a professional geek might be interested in. So sometimes we do some do some stuff around the house, as far as like home automation is concerned, maybe showing how to fix a light fixture or something like that. But we also do other things as well, like going out to theme parks, playing with drones. I mean, using our drones. Yeah, so if you're interested in that type of material, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. And with that, have a great day.